Introduce. My name is Fauzi. From the Computer Engineering program, will explain about global digital governance. An in-depth explanation. One definition and scope. Global digital governance is a system of co-regulation involving states, technology companies, international organizations, and civil society to collaboratively manage the development of the digital world. It includes digital infrastructure, internet, 5G, satellites, data and privacy regulation such as GDPR, data protection laws, cybersecurity, cyber warfare, digital crime, artificial intelligence, AI, and technology ethics, digital economy, e-commerce, digital tax, competition, digital rights, freedom of expression versus content control. 2. Background and urgency. Digitalization has changed the global order, so a common regulatory framework is needed because the Internet is borderless, but countries have different legal sovereignty. Technologies such as AI and blockchain are developing rapidly, but regulation is lagging behind. Big tech companies like Google, Meta, and TikTok have more influence than many countries. Cyber threats and disinformation disrupt global stability. The digital divide remains high. Only 67% of the world's population is connected to the Internet. Third, key actors in digital governance. A. Countries and regional blocs. United States, free Internet approach with dominance of tech companies. U.S. home to Google, Apple, Meta, etc. European Union, strict regulators, e.g. GDPR for data, AI Act for artificial intelligence. China, cyber sovereignty model with strict controls, Great Firewall, content censorship. Developing countries, strive for digital sovereignty, e.g. Indonesia with PDP Act, India with local data rules. B. International organizations. United Nations, ITU, International Telecommunication Union, regulates the frequency spectrum and telecommunication standards. UNIGF, Internet Governance Forum, Multi-Stakeholder Discussion Forum. UN Digital Cooperation, Roadmap, Global Plan for Inclusive Digital Governance. OECD, formulates digital economy principles, e.g. digital taxes. WTO, regulates digital trade, e-commerce, cross-border data flow. C. Big tech companies. Google, Meta, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft dominate global digital services. TikTok, Alibaba, Tencent represent China's digital power. They are often in conflict with regulators, e.g. Meta versus EU on privacy, Google versus Yhdysvallat ovat antitrust. D. Civil society and academia. ICANN, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, manages domains and IP addresses. Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, advocates for Internet freedom. Research groups such as Access Now and WEF provide policy recommendations. Fourth, critical issues in digital governance. A. Data protection and privacy, GDPR, EU versus CCPA, US versus PIPL, China. Differences in data protection approaches. Data localization. Many countries, Russia, Indonesia, require data to be stored domestically. B. Cybersecurity and digital warfare. Cyber attacks by states, cyber warfare. Examples, Russian attack on Ukraine, Chinese espionage via TikTok. Ransomware and global digital crime. Need Interpol and national CERT cooperation. C. Artificial Intelligence, AI, and Technology Ethics, EU AI Act, 2024.
Strict regulation of risk-based AI. US and AMP, China, more relaxed, focus on innovation and market dominance. AI bias, deepfake, and job automation issues. D. Disinformation and online content. Role of social media in spreading hoaxes, e.g. 2016 US election, Israel-Hamas war. Content regulation, EU with Digital Services Act, DSA, Indonesia with ITE law. E. Digital divide. 3 billion people are not yet connected to the internet, especially in Africa and South Asia. Inequality in access, skills and infrastructure. 5. Global digital governance challenges. Fragmentation, splinternet. China with Great Firewall. Russia blocks Facebook and AMP, Twitter. EU restricts US services, e.g. Privacy Shield cancelled. Big tech dominance versus state sovereignty. States want control, but tech companies have great power. US-China tensions. Tech wars, chips, 5G, AI. TikTok banned in some countries. Non-uniform regulations. Difficult global agreement due to different interests. 6. Future and collaborative solutions. UN Framework for AI and Digital Governance, global efforts to standardize AI ethics. Digital Public Infrastructure, DPI. Digital Identity Systems, example, Aadhaar in India. Digital Payments, e.g. India's UPI, Indonesia's QRS. Green Digital. Environmentally friendly data centers. Regulation of carbon emissions from technology. Multi-stakeholder approach. Combination of government, private sector, and civil society in decision-making. 7. Indonesia's role in global digital governance. Personal Data Protection Law, PDP, a step towards global standards. Data localization policy, protects citizens' data, but may hinder investment. ASEAN and AMP, G20 engagement, promotes regional digital cooperation. Challenges. Digital infrastructure still lags behind. Dependence on foreign technology. Global digital governance refers to a framework of rules, norms, principles and policies designed to govern the digital space internationally. It covers internet management, data protection, cybersecurity, digital rights, as well as the ethics of technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, and big data. Key aspects of global digital governance. Regulations and policies. Example, GDPR, EU, for data protection, IT laws in various countries. Challenges, harmonization of rules across countries. Cybersecurity. Issues, ransomware attacks, hacking, and cyber warfare. Initiatives, cooperation through forums such as the UN Group of Governmental Experts, GGE. Digital rights and privacy. Personal data protection versus national security interests, e.g. encryption versus backdoor. Digital divide issue, internet access gap. Internet governance. The role of organizations such as ICANN, regulates domain names, IGF, Internet Governance Forum, and ITU, International Telecommunication Union. Debate, multi-stakeholder, involving private sector, civil society, versus multilateral, state-led, model. Technology ethics. Responsible use of AI, e.g., ban on manipulative deepfakes. Algorithm transparency and bias mitigation. Digital economy. Digital taxes, e.g. OECD tax framework. Cross-border trade and e-commerce standards. Key actors. States, making national policies, example, China with the Great Firewall. Tech companies, Google, Meta, Amazon that influence global standards. International institutions, UN, OECD, WTO. Civil society, digital rights advocacy, example, Electronic Frontier Foundation. Challenges. Regulatory fragmentation, e.g. US versus EU on data privacy. Domination of tech corporations, tech giants. Speed of innovation versus slowness of policymaking. Indonesia in global digital governance. Active in forums such as ASEAN and G20, 2022 presidency to discuss digital issues. PDP law, personal data protection, and development of digital sovereignty. On global digital governance with different approaches, including geopolitical perspectives, governance models, and actual case examples. 1. A digital geopolitical perspective. Digital governance is inseparable from global power competition. U.S. encourages a multi-stakeholder model, private and civil society involvement, with the principle of open internet. Example, partnerships with companies like Google and Microsoft for the promotion of digital democracy. China, state-centric model with strict controls, Great Firewall, data localization. Expanding influence through initiatives such as the Digital Silk Road. European Union, focus on rights-based regulation, GDPR, Digital Markets Act, and emphasis on digital sovereignty. Key conflicts. US versus China in dominance of 5G technology, AI, and cloud computing standards. EU versus US big tech, e.g. antitrust fines for Apple and Meta. 2. Digital governance models. There are three main approaches. Multi-stakeholder. Involves government, private sector, academia, and civil society. Example, Internet Governance Forum, IGF, under the UN. Weaknesses, decisions are non-binding. Multilateral. State-led through organizations such as the UN or ITU. Example, UN Resolution on Cybercrime. Criticism, slow and prone to politicization. Corporate model. Technology companies, Google, Meta, set de facto standards. Example, content policies on social platforms, Twitter/X, TikTok. Risks, lack of public accountability.